And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's an Indian summer afternoon, perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Switzer now to return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger going up top. It got his man complete. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown, 45 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Set! 230! Double ball. Snickers, you gotta spin. Gotta go. Middle. Back.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Snickers, you gotta spin. Jack 16. Big. Snickers, 66. Snickers.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Show that bench release and go. Show that bench release and go.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And this one's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Ben to throw again. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 14 yards there on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Chris Conte right there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. This Pittsburgh defense always keeping the offensive line on their toes, or I guess on their heels and back.
They are certainly about pressure, aren't they? At 56 sacks as a unit in 2017, which led the NFL. They certainly live up to their nickname, which is Blitzburg.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his throw here is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long for Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Green, triple C. Ready. Blue lady. Green, triple C. That.
They go play action. Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Sonic. Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, sub.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Ready. Blue lady. Watch 98. Hey, sub. Let's go. That.
From the gun, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Winston to throw it this time. And shedding through the tackle. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Ready. White 25. Even.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave them with a second and just 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, it's Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Jack 16. Snickers, you gotta spin. Focus, focus. Four down.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Roethlisberger, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Hey. Ready. White 25. Where's that? Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Jameis now going to run the option to the right. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Oh, this is blocked. The Steelers get him, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
they can get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Marshall now, the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a second down throw for Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
The Bucs on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Winston. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards. Stop.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Marshall now, the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down, Winston. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Ready. Blue 80. 198. Watch 98. 98 to right. Green, triple C.
Jameis to throw it. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft this one deep left side. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Marshall now, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
These two.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again on second and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Winston and the Bucs take over now, first and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. T.J. Watt not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and 7.
Sonic, ready. Sonic.
Winston. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Winston. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Again, it's Bell. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4th.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Jackson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They go play action. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. As we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They're going to run it with their receiver, Evans. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Winston here to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Sutton now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Back to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Green, triple C. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Let's go. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Sutton now to return. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat-and-mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly. Even